Thank you for coming on my show, Anais. Can you tell a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so first of all, thank you for having me on. I'm an actress from London. I was born and raised in London, and I've been acting from about 8 or 9 years old. And yeah, it's been a journey kind of getting there and experiencing new things and learning new things and just taking on new roles. So
Amazing. And you recently went to the Young Artist Awards.
yes, yes,
And
I did.
how was that?
Oh my God, it was so much fun. I was so excited to even be nominated, but to win was like insane to me.
And you won the award for your film. And would you like to tell everybody about the film?
Yes, so I won best a music video performance for Ethel, which is a music video for the Murder Capital Band. They're a punk rock band from Irish background, and it was filmed in 2022, and it was so much fun to film. Music video is about a family and they're a bit like creepy. If you watch the video, you might be like, "Well, what's going on?" They're from like an upper class background, and the family's got this weird, eerie atmosphere to it. So it's like a dysfunctional kind of family, and it's
Hmm.
some weird stuff's going on with the maid and the dad in there. So it's a fun watch.
Amazing. And then you were in Galwad in 2052, the film.
Yeah.
And what can you t it came out in 2022. So, but what can you tell everybody about that?
So Galwad is it was on Sky Arts. It was a TV film, and it's basically about if people from the future could connect to people in the present. So it
Hmm.
was based in 2052 and it was actually talking to people in 2022. So it's like a weird mind trip because we had all this fun technology on set and it was sort of felt like we were in the future.
Hmm.
And it was a really cool experience, and I'm really, really grateful to have worked on that amazing film.
And that's amazing. And then, of course, 2024 this year, you did Case Files. And
Yes.
what can you tell everybody about that?
Case Files was actually one of the first screen roles that I've ever had when I first started acting. So it was filmed in a while ago. And unfortunately, because it is a self funded and independent film, a lot of stuff happening with COVID and the
Hmm.
strikes, so it was kind of pushed back for a while. And yeah, so it's basically about a virus that was being tested in a science lab
Hmm.
in England, and it got out and people are trying to survive, and it goes on this journey of what actually happens, how it started and how it affects and what actually ends up happening due to the severity of what has happened because of that virus being out. So yeah, it's a really fun watch. I'm sure if like people like The Walking Dead, it's kind of like the same vibe. So yeah, it's a really cool
Okay.
watch.
Well, switch topic is what have you noticed the most challenging aspect of being in the acting industry?
Ooh, okay. I actually have an answer for you because it was something that I've been reflecting on for a while. A challenge that I think I face myself is rejection. I think rejection is something it's sort of spoken about, but like everyone deals with it in a different way. And I think I've managed to deal with it pretty good. I mean, I'm not like beating myself up about it, but I think in the industry, it's sort of the norm to just, don't think about your feelings, on to the next job and
Hmm.
just move on. But sometimes you get the job and you read the script and you get the audition and you're just like, oh my God, this is perfect. Like, this is so something that I want to be a part of. And you don't get it. And it's fine. I mean, there's so many reasons why people don't get it. And it's nothing really about ourselves as actors, but I think, when you start like thinking you're so close and like getting penciled or having like more auditions, it's like a sort of internal battle for
Hmm.
me because I do push my feelings aside and I don't think about it too long, but it is something that, is still there in the back of your mind. You're like, oh, I wish I sort of got that. Or like when you see it come out, you're like, oh my God, let me see who's in it. And it ends up still being amazing. So
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah.
That's true. I totally understand. And one thing I noticed is the being in the acting industry is that the audition's hard, right?
Mm.
And yet we get used to being turned down or waiting a while. For your experience, what have you noticed that's so tough about the auditioning?
I think I mean, this is a weird one because I think for like normal roles in like films or series, you sort of know what to expect when you go into an audition room because you sort of are prepared a little bit. They give you a script or something to know, or they'll give you some sort of details. But a funny thing that I've noticed is commercials. Commercial auditions can be so weird, and you never get any info for the audition. You never know what to expect. So I think sometimes for auditions for series and TV roles or anything like that is sort of okay. But commercials, you're just going into it like a puppet. They tell you what to do and on the spot you just got to do it and it's like, "Oh my God, I'm like not prepared." Like we act actors, we want to be prepared. We
Hmm. Hmm.
want to know, we want to research, but we can't for commercials. So that's something that I was reflecting on recently because I had a bit of a funny one not long ago.
Well, commercials, I heard you don't know what you're doing, right? You don't, that's what I heard. You just go on set and they just tell you to play with the
Yeah.
character.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
there's such a topic a little more, mental health. Let's talk about
Mhm.
mental health. Is that one thing I noticed is what have you noticed for yourself that is helping you maintain a good mental health? And also, what is your message for anybody out in the entertainment industry who is struggling with mental health?
I really actually like this topic because there's so many messages out there, but you can't really give advice to someone that isn't going through the exact same thing as you because as humans we all react differently. But I think for me, how I sort of make sure that I have a healthy balance in life is I'm a really bubbly person and I'm a very big social butterfly. So I love meeting new people and hanging out with my friends. And I'm currently away in Romania, in my home country, to see my best friend, just to get away for a week, and just forget of everything back home. And I think, yeah, just making sure that you're comfortable with someone around you helps a lot. I think always having someone there that you're able to speak to and be yourself around because sometimes in the industry I think people sort of lose themselves. So
Mhm.
making sure that you're always grounded and just to know that this doesn't actually define you as a person,
Mhm.
and that you should you should just put yourself first sometimes.
That's true, 100%. And have you, as yourself, if you mind me asking, have you experienced a mental health um, situation?
Um yes, I sort of started to have a bit of anxiety. Started about 2 years ago. So in 2022, I experienced like my first panic attack. And yeah, I didn't know why it happened or what was wrong or if it was something serious. And I sort of pushed it to the side. And now I'm sort of acknowledging it and starting to see maybe if it's something a bit more serious. I haven't spoken to anyone in the field about it. Because I don't think I'm at an extreme place or anything that I should be
Hmm.
worried about.
Hmm.
Sometimes I think, um, yeah, surprisingly, my panic attack came in a public space, which was a bit worrying to me because my dream career is to do with being in a big crowd of people and like
Hmm.
being in front
Hmm.
of people. So, um, I don't know, maybe it was something that I haven't understood why or something I don't know about myself or yeah, it's something that I'm still learning about myself and trying to see how to cope with that. But yeah, I think it happens. Sometimes we get nervous, sometimes we get flustered with emotions, and
Right.
maybe it was something that just happened out of nowhere. So,
Yeah, I'm so sorry that you're going through that. But
okay.
everybody goes through mental health and and we have to we all try to give advice, how we handle it, and hopefully that helps other people out there.
Yes. Okay.
Um, so you're from England,
Hmm.
and so where do you see yourself potentially in the next 5 years? Do you see yourself moving to the beautiful state of LA, or do you see yourself moving to New York or Chicago or Arizona for acting to pursue more into acting, or do you see yourself just flying from England?
Uh, it's a very hurtful subject for me to say as a Londoner that I would ever leave because I'm such a London girl. I'm from East London, so yeah, I'm really repping my roots whenever someone asks me where I'm from. I'm proud. But no, so I've been to New York and LA was my first time at the YAA Awards. And at first I was like, oh, I'm a bit scared to go to LA because I don't know what I'm going to think of it because everyone has like mixed thoughts on LA. And I really enjoyed New York when I went a couple years back. So I know that I love New York, and if I ever had the choice to go there, I'm sure I'd be happy to live there. But I sort of actually really fell in love with LA. So it was like a really big shock because the difference between LA and London is quite big. It's not
Mhm.
anything similar at all. But the weather, sorry, you guys are really living the dream there. No rain, no clouds, no nothing. So yeah, I think I wouldn't, I'm not against the idea of going abroad for acting. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna always do whatever I need to pursue what I want to do. And yeah, I mean, obviously, Hollywood is Hollywood. So I'm sure I'd be happy to go there one day. And I'm even if I was to go on just a year and see how it is out there to work.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that.
Well, that's hopefully soon, right? Um, Now a little more. Let's go dig a little bit about you. Is that do you do any sports or do you do any activities outside of acting?
Yes, I used to do gymnastics for 6 years when I was younger, um, and I really, really enjoyed it. But I sort of came to the point where I was getting a lot of stuff with acting, so I sort of left that to the side, and then eventually I stopped. But something I've been doing since I was very, very young is horse riding. And horse riding is my secret, not secret talent, but like my hobby that probably no one knows
Mm-hmm.
about. I really, really like horse riding. It's like a very freeing sport, and I love animals, so I love horses, of course, and just going on a nice little trot or a nice little ride with my horse Cupcake that our kind friends, we have a family friend that has a horse called Cupcake. A horse called Cupcake that if I ever want to go for a ride, I'm always
Mm-hmm.
able to do so, which I'm very happy and grateful about. So yeah, probably
That's amazing.
my top
Um,
sport
you
or
know,
activity that I
I love
do
horses.
outside.
Um, they're actually amazing. I've never been on a horse, but I would like to be on a horse. Um, my next question for you is,
Oh, you love it.
I'll get on one day, one day. My next question for you is women empowerment.
Mm.
And in the entertainment industry, or if you mind me saying this, in England or in Romania, in the United States, what do you see the what you can help as your young actress, as your voice? What can you help? What do you believe? I'm not sure if I'm asking this right. You can try to rephrase it. What do
Yeah,
you
yeah.
believe you can do to help young female actors I mean, and who wants to get into the industry. And what do you see the struggle in the industry as being, forgive me for saying this, as a female
Mhm.
in the industry? Do you believe, I know I'm asking three questions, do you believe it's tough? And as yourself, what can you do as a woman empowerment to help them?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a bit harder being a woman in the industry. It depends on how you view it. If you try and see it in a negative light, then it will probably bring your morale down. But I sort of just see it as a challenge. Okay, you don't think that I can do it because I'm a different orientation to you, then I'm going to show you that I can do it. So I think what I could do, and what I try to do is if anyone has questions or anyone has advice, they always know that they can come to me, or my friends within the industry or even at my college, they all know that I'm happy to give advice and to sort of guide them through the industry with any concerns that they have. And I think the main issue that I think women in the industry have is losing their confidence, possibly. Because, once you do get knocked down, it's like, oh, okay, fine. And then you have to get back up again. And then it happens again. And then you have to just keep going on and repeating the cycle. And it does get a bit tiring trying to prove that you can do something. Um, so I think the main message for women in the industry is to know your worth. And if
Hmm.
you ever think that someone is trying to make you seem lesser than you are, then stay away. You don't need that energy in your life. And you should always be confident in what your ability is. So, yeah, I think everyone should keep that in mind. That goes for men as well, because men also experience it as well.
That's a very good, strong message, and I totally agree with you. Everybody goes through it in this industry. It's tough, and we have to help each other for sure. Um, Back to your film real quick. In 2024, you did Escape to the City, and what can you tell everybody about that one?
Um, Escape to the City was something that I don't think that I was part of. I'm not sure what that is.
It's okay. I know I researched it that and I know you had that film's coming out, and if you're allowed to talk about it, you can. If not, I totally understand because you signed all the agreements and everything. So don't worry.
Yeah.
The audience will not feel bad at all. But
Yeah.
uh,
Maybe later on, maybe later on.
yes, we can come back to it in the future. My next question for you is, do you have any siblings?
I don't. I'm an only child. My parents are divorced, so I do have a half brother from my father's side, which I actually do really get along with. He's a bit younger than me, but yeah, only me, and we speak quite rarely because he's abroad, so he doesn't live in England.
Hmm.
But just me.
He betrayed England.
Yeah, yeah, he did.
Um, the next question is about families, and my question is, how did your family feel that you wanted to choose your career into acting? Because I know a lot of families, I say most families don't support their kids going into acting because they talk about, wow, it's not really a career. It's not really, it's not really a job. It's just, an acting. They wanted you to go to college or continue what you want to do. So in your situation, if you mind me asking, how was your parents uh, handling it?
I really got lucky. My mother was so, so, so supportive, and it did take a bit of convincing. I think it always does when you first tell them, they're like, okay, yeah, it's just a phase. But I think telling her how much I really enjoyed doing it and begging just to go for like one acting class or a workshop or something, showed her how happy I was and how much I really enjoyed it. So after a while, she was like, "Hey, okay, you really like this, don't you?" And I was like, yeah." And we sort of went from there. We started going to some acting classes, and my mom put me in some after school clubs and workshops, and yeah, it sort of went from there. And it actually is funny is because when I was younger, before I did start acting, everyone told me I was a drama queen, but in a good way. We're like, oh, she's so theatrical. She's just really over the top, isn't she? And my mom was like, yeah, yeah, she actually really is. There's something, she's a bit extra, this one. So I think that also being part of my personality showed her that
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
was really enjoying it. And to this day, she still supports me and she is literally my best friend. So yeah, I'm really happy and really grateful that she was so supportive and she still is supporting me to this day.
That's absolutely amazing. Um, and back, we're gonna rewind a little bit more. You said you start acting at age, what age again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I started acting at age 9.
9, okay. And you're now 17 years old. Um,
I'm 18.
oh,
I'm turning
I'm
19
sorry.
next
I'm
month. That's
sorry. I'm so
okay.
sorry. It's so bad on my part. Um, but you went from at that age all the way to now. Do you
Yeah.
have any regret so far in this career that you tell yourself, "Oh, maybe I should not got into this industry," or "No, I'm so proud I'm in this."
My only regret is I didn't start sooner. I think um over the years of me acting sort of made me understand why I liked it so much, and I've learned a lot. And it
Hmm.
hasn't been an easy journey. I don't think it has been for anyone in the industry. So it's been good moments, bad moments, but overall, I think my passion for it has gotten so much stronger, and I'm really happy with my decision. And I think I should have started sooner.
Um, Follow-up question. Was there Is there anything if you could go back in the future, is there anything you would tell your younger self if you met your younger self?
I would tell my younger self to be more confident and to not think that she's the weird kid when everyone's looking at her like, why is she acting like that? Or why is everyone talking about her being in a film or in a commercial or making fun of her? I think she should so enjoy that moment and she should be proud of herself and shouldn't be embarrassed of because she's a bit different and or she's doing something different that other people are doing. I think she should just be more confident and she should enjoy the ride because it's a fun one.
It is. That's true. That's really good advice. I like that message. Be more confident, be more encouraging, and just go for it, right? We all live once in our life. So that is 100% true. Like I said, you won the best performance in Young Artist Awards, and then also you won the best performance in the TV movie, um, Galwad in 2020. I mean, at 2052, and then of course 2021 you won the best supporting actress.
Yeah.
Um, let's talk about that one, the best performing actress. What can you tell us about that film?
Psyched is a really, really cool project. It's directed and written by Anka Vidar, an amazing
Hmm.
creative genius, I would say, um, who's also Romanian. So we have that in common, and that was sort of how we met through mutuals. And it's a medical drama series about my character Aisha, who has a disorder. She has OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, and she goes through a journey of finding out why she has this disorder and how it's affecting her and the severity of it. And Aisha sees everything as dangerous. So people with OCD um, think that bad things will happen if something is out of their control. And it's a journey that I also had to research about. I had to learn a lot about the actual disorder and to understand the characteristics of someone that has that disorder. So it's a really powerful drama series that will come out soon, and I'm so excited for everyone to see it.
Amazing. I can't wait for it to come out. Where can everybody see all the films that you've been performed in?
A lot of them are on YouTube. A lot of them are on Amazon Prime. You can see, for example, Galwad is on Sky. You could um, see most of them. They're all over on the internet somewhere. You just got to research. I mean, they're all over on all sort of different
Mhm.
platforms. So yeah.
Well, definitely people need to watch your films and all the roles that you played. My next question is, do you have any upcoming projects?
Yes, I have three upcoming projects that I can't really talk about just yet, but hopefully soon. And I'm really excited for them to come out and for me to be able to explain and tell the
Hmm.
story of it and give more information. But that's for later on.
Hoping you can tell us, but I totally understand.
I know. I wish I could.
Maybe
Last
you
time I
can,
got a bit told off for just giving a little insight, so I was like, oh, okay.
so
I'll,
maybe you can answer this question if you can. Is it filmed in England?
yes.
Okay, everybody knows.
Yeah.
Um, what have you noticed the difference between England and the United States acting industries?
I think the biggest difference for me that I realized straight away was no one's shy. No one's shy to talk about themselves. I think in England we're a bit more reserved, so we don't like to, just tell everyone, yeah, I've been in this and this and this, and I'm working on this right now. And I don't really like that about England. Everyone feels like they shouldn't talk about what they have going on, which I think is really silly. I think we should all be open and have a conversation and not feel like we have to hide everything. And that's why I hate not being able to talk about things because I just want everyone to know what's coming out and
Hmm.
stuff. And in America, everyone's happy to tell each other, yeah, I've worked on this, I've been in this project, which I think is really nice. And I hope that maybe England will steal that from, the Americans and apply it to our industry talks. But yeah, I think that's probably the main difference that I saw, that people are just happy to talk about things. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that between
Yeah, yeah,
England and the
it's really
United States.
strange. People
It
are shy
is.
in England. People are shy and they think that they have to be a bit reserved to not come off as if they're
Hmm.
showing off. But it's no, it's not like that. Everyone should just be happy to talk about
Interesting.
it.
Very interesting. A little bit more a different topic is my next question. My next two questions is is what is fun to do in England, if you mind me asking, for anybody who has never been to England. I'm sorry, we have to like people may be watching this and they're like, England. We hear there's so many things to do, but we heard it rains a lot. Also, we heard the weather's interesting. So what can you tell anybody who may be watching this interview and say, wow, I really want to go visit England? What should they go see and do?
Well, I mean, I know we get the bad rep for the weather, but it's sort of part of the fun of London. You go there for the sort of cloudy, rainy weather. But there's so much to do in London. There's lots of things to visit. I mean, it's a very historical city. So I say for anyone first going, obviously go to the big landmarks and go and see everything that you sort of see on the internet, like Buckingham Palace, Big Ben, the London Eye. And I think the food is underrated in London. There's a lot of good food in London, lots and lots of places. Exactly how, you in America, you have Chick-fil-A. I mean, I would die for a Chick-fil-A right now, but we don't have that in London. But on the other hand, we've got amazing restaurants, and amazing food to try. So I think someone who wants to come to London would really enjoy themselves. There's lots to do, lots and lots.
Lots to do. Did you eat Chick-fil-A in Los Angeles?
Yes, yes, I did. I'm really upset I didn't have In and Out. I didn't try. I didn't actually end up having time to
Hmm.
go and have In and Out, but I've heard good things about it, and I'm sure if I go back one day, I will definitely try it. And yeah, you guys do have good food there as well. Give me that
I'm
one.
pretty sure you'll go back to LA soon. So did you
Yeah.
when you eat Chick-fil-A, did you felt like you're heaven? You're like, it's so good.
Yeah. So it was sort of the same experience I had with Shake Shack. I first had Shake Shack in New York in 2018, I think. And it was literally like I was experiencing a multiverse. I was so shocked that a burger could be so good. And that cheese sauce, it's what is in that? It's addicting. It's actually addicting. So yeah, I sort of had that same experience with Chick-fil-A. I love the Chick-fil-A sauce and the waffle fries were so good. So
Hmm.
yeah, really good.
Wow. My last question is, are you coming back to New York or LA anytime soon?
I'm gonna try. Maybe I will try to come again to LA next summer. I will
Hmm.
see how obviously my acting is going and if I'm available. But yeah, I would definitely, even if it's just for a holiday, I'd so be happy to go back. I still haven't seen everything there. I mean, there's so much that I want to do that I wasn't able to do in a week.
Hmm.
So yeah, and New York, I think I haven't experienced New York in the winter yet. So I want to go for Christmas time.
Hmm.
So maybe next year I'll look into that.
That's true. I do agree with you about Los Angeles is that there is so much to things to say. You got the Hollywood Walk of Fame, you got the Hollywood sign, you got and the Warner Bros, you got Beverly Hills, you have um Santa Monica Beach, you have
Yeah. Yeah.
um sorry, the list goes on
Yeah,
and on
there's
and on.
there's a lot to do there.
It takes about you really don't you can't see in 2 weeks. You have to see it more, technically,
Yeah.
unless you live there. But there's so much to see in LA. It's and the food's amazing and yeah, and it's just sorry, I just there's so much I can't
Yeah.
name on top of my head. But yes, San
Yeah.
Monica, I think I already said that. I know I'm missing something else. I'm not telling you, I can't think of it. But there is so much more. Definitely. Yeah, definitely to see. It's you definitely need to
Yeah.
hike up to the Hollywood sign. You need to hike up.
Yes. I wish I had enough time to
And
do
then you
that. We
can
do a park. I can't remember the name of it.
Griffin Park,
No, it wasn't. It was something Lake something
Lake
Park,
Tahoe.
possibly, but it was right next to the Hollywood sign. So we went up
Okay,
there
maybe
and
that one. I'm not sure.
yeah, so it was really, really nice. We had an amazing view from there, and it was when the sun was setting, so it was so, so beautiful up
Oh
there.
yes. And then you also can see did you go to what's that place that you can stand on the grass and the Hollywood sign right there and you can take a picture?
Yes, yes, yes. We got all the tourist pictures, don't you worry. We got all of them. We got all of them. Yeah. And the Hollywood Walk of Fame was nice. I was shocked that it was so many. I thought it was just one little street, but it actually went on for a very
Did
long
you walk the
time.
whole thing?
No. Oh no. Oh no. I gave up sort of halfway because I wanted to do the other side of the road as well. So I was like, oh my God, if we go to the end, we're never gonna finish.
Yeah, well, Um, my suggestion, you definitely should walk the whole thing on both of them to see all the names. It's because it's
Yeah,
really cool,
yeah,
and it's just it's I mean it's amazing to see all the names and the actors that you see on there, and it's really really awesome. So
yeah,
definitely go so definitely should see it.
yeah.
Well, I want to congratulate you again. Thank you for coming on, but congratulations for winning the Young Artist Award this year. And
Thank you so
the
much.
best performance, and of course the supporting actress. And I wish you could talk about your upcoming projects, but you can't. I totally understand. The audience and myself will understand. We forgive you. But again, I totally understand. I'm serious, but you sign the paper, and yes, we know. Anyway,
Um,
so giving them a hard time, but no, we don't want you to I don't want you to get in trouble, but I appreciate you coming on. And, I I want to have you back on again in the future. Please stay, let's please stay in touch with me and
Oh,
I'll stay in touch
100%.
with you.
Yeah.
And before I let you go, my last question just came up to my head. What is your advice for anyone who wants to get into the entertainment industry?
My advice to getting into the industry is the same that I give to everyone who asks me the question. Um, do everything that comes up, even if you think, oh, it's not worth it. I'm going to be on set for like 10 hours and get literally no pay. Forget the money. The money is not why you should be doing it. You should be taking every little opportunity that comes, any little job, even if it's for a commercial, a short film, a student film, just do it just to get that experience, just so you can get your name out there because people talk. So maybe one day you might think, oh, I did that really small project, probably no one's going to hear about it, but maybe in 5 years time that director's like, hey, remember me, I'm like in Hollywood now. So I think try to interact with people in the industry as well. So networking is obviously a big thing that is part of the industry now and is a really great object to have and to use to your advantage to get in touch with people and to sort of squeeze your way in there because there's always enough room for everyone
Hmm.
in here.
You know, what you said is true. First, number one is networking. We
Mhm.
are we support each other in this entertainment industry. You know, we the word of mouth spreads. That's 100% true. Um, Number two is you're right about don't care about the money. You go
Yeah.
for it. It's a passion. So, um, I totally agree with you on that. So thank you for
Yeah.
sharing those powerful messages. I 100% agree with you. And you're right. It's not for the money. It's for get yourself out there, get your name out
Yeah.
there, and also networking. That's
Mhm.
one thing. And one
Two
thing about
important, two important things. Yeah.
yes, but one thing about networking I will say is that we support each other in the entertainment industry. It doesn't matter where we're living
Yeah.
because word of mouth spreads. They're like, oh, please contact Anais. I'm sorry, I'm not saying your name right, but contact her or contact this person or contact this person because oh, for example, oh, this person was not fit to, I'm looking for a different, a different person. Oh, please
Yeah.
contact them. And that's the
Yeah.
word of mouth and networking. That's how we work ourselves out in the entertainment industry. So I totally agree with you. So thank you for sharing that powerful message.
Yes. No, thank you. Thank you for having me on and thank you
Yes,
for
you're very welcome. Thank you for coming on. Let's stay in touch, and I definitely am going to have you back when your projects are out. So thank you again.
Thank you. No, thank you so much and have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Have a good one. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.